What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Developed. Tonight we got a full panel, and we're talking about our recipe strawberry mango gummy that we got to work with Pretty Matthew with. He might be joining us in a little bit, but first we're just gonna kick it. How you doing, folk art?
I'm doing good. Been pretty busy here lately. Is my mic on? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Um, yeah, I've been busy mixing. Just released a recipe this week called Queen's Tea. If anybody hasn't checked it out, go check it out. It's a simple recipe. It's only using 3 flavors, and they're all Flavora. It's really low percentage. It's cost effective, and it's really tasty. It's just a green tea with a little bit of honey and milk and a little bit of tangerine in it instead of a citrus or a lemon or something. I used a tangerine, and it's really tasty. So go check that out. I got some new shit too. You want to see my new shit? You want to see my new shit?
The King's Tea. That's the one you had in Vegas, right? That you were working on.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was
So
Brendan from Flavora. He's the owner, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
he tried it and he really loved it. He was, and of course it was all Flavora, but he really got a
It's
kick
great.
out of it. Yeah,
Yeah, it was really, really good. I'm not a big tea person, but I was all into that
yeah,
big time.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's bright, refreshing. Yeah, pretty cool.
You know.
So go check
What'd
it
you
out.
get? What new shit are you getting?
Look at this, man. Can you see it?
Oh, you're
I
letting up.
got, I got 3 of them.
So, do you like it?
I do. Now, okay, so this one is for tobaccos. All right. This
Okay.
one is for fruits, and this one
So Max.
is and and this one is for bakeries. So I don't have to keep changing my shit around. I think that the Aegis is a game changer. I know I'm pretty late getting to the game on it on those, but
Really is.
I love them.
I've
I love them.
I've really only had mine for a little while. I was gonna talk about it when I first got it, but I love it too. It probably doesn't beat my favorite mod is a Minikin too.
Stop the press. You like it?
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
I'm with Pippa. What RDAs are you running on top?
Oof.
Oh man, this is if you like single coil RTAs, this is what you want to get. It is let's see if I can get a close up of it here. Probably not. Anyway,
Yes.
it's an ORF, I think they call it
Off.
OFRF gear.
Off.
It's made by Wotofu. Is that how you pronounce that?
Try that again.
God damn! Don't make me do that again.
I want you to know-
Wotofu. I don't know.
Well, I think
The
that's
first
like
word.
the
I'm talking the
sister
first
company.
one. What's
Yeah.
the first word? It's a what
Or-
gear?
It is a ORF, OFRF. They pronounce it ORF. It's spelled wrong.
I think they
Yeah,
pronounce
I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but okay.
Well, that's what the guy said on his YouTube video that it's pronounced.
Oh, really?
that. Yeah.
Which-
So
Oh, all right.
yeah,
Have you heard of the? Have you heard? Go ahead.
It's more than us. It's not right.
I don't know.
Poker, does it also work for reference flavor, or is only a good flavor but something you won't use for reference?
Yeah. So I bought these to use as reference. A guy that I'm making some recipes for, he wanted me to test them out in some tanks, and he wanted me to get a pretty good tank, but not like the best tank, just so that he could see what they tasted like in shitty tanks if somebody wanted to use the recipes in shitty tanks. So I got this one, and to be honest with you, it's probably a better reference. It's got better flavor than what I was wanting. It's got. I mean, it's almost as good as like the Intheon, or I mean, it's got that kind of flavor to it. The only
Yeah.
What,
problem,
what tank? What is that? What is it?
The
It's-
off gear. The what's off gear?
yeah, it's the
Hmm.
yeah.
Have you heard of the Vandy Vape Jackaroo, Graham?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
fuck yeah, I want to get one of those.
That's a mod, right?
Yeah, it's got like
Human Puck said it's the competitor to the Aegis Legend.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a little bit more expensive, right?
No, it's like the same price as the new
Really?
one that just came out.
Oh, that's
The single battery one that they just came out with a new one. I would probably go with that one. Is that what it's called?
Is it the Legend that you're talking about, the single battery?
The new one.
I mean, the Aegis. The Aegis. Is it the new Aegis that you're talking about, or the Jackaroo?
both. I'm talking about the new Aegis is kind of like the competitor. Oh yeah, so the Solo, it's a competitor to the Solo, the Jackaroo.
Okay.
That thing is sick. Let me put a link in the chat. We got Pretty Matthew in here. What's going on, man?
Nothing. Sorry I got in here late. And I can't stay for very long, but I wanted to pop my face in since you guys were kind enough to invite me and let me mess with that recipe and everything.
Well,
Yeah.
And we get it, dude. You have like a job and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that should take priority. Like I don't have anything like that.
Well, we're moving the kid back into his room. We found some mold in his closet, so we had to get the landlord to get the mold remediators out here, and he's been sleeping. All of his stuff's been in the living room for 10 days, and he's been sleeping in our room for 10 days. So we're finally moving him back into his room. So I was moving stuff around, but I had a couple minutes, so I wanted to jump in. I did want to say the original version of the recipe was good, but then I swapped out the Flavora for 4% cap sweet mango, and I like that a lot more.
Yeah, we didn't even get into that yet, but I guess we can talk
Sorry.
about it while he's here. No, you're good,
Yeah,
because
he's here.
if you're here, we should probably talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that I think that made a huge difference. The change in the we knew that
it's more of a candy. It's more of a candy mango flavor. The first one is perfectly acceptable. There's like I would sell the first version of it as is, but I would sell the version that I made faster. Is the you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I would have no problem releasing that original recipe as like a paid recipe. You know what I mean? As like a liquid. It was great, but I feel like the cap sweet mango did more of the candy mango flavor in comparison with the 27 Bears base. I felt like it gave more of the candy kind of flavor that we were looking for.
You replace the Flavora mango for the sweet mango?
Yeah, with Capella sweet mango.
Okay.
Didn't I thought it was you or maybe someone else tried them in conjunction, like 1% of the Flavora mango with some cap sweet mango too?
Yeah, I used 1%. I used 4% cap sweet and 1% Flavora, which is like kind of my go-to like mango ratio for that.
Yeah. Did the strawberry still comes through full effect though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can maybe drop it down to 3%. But I feel like I don't know. I wanted that mango, but the you still had a separation between mango and strawberry, which is what we were concerned about.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the Flavora sour apple? Because I know Max was saying that it was coming through a bit too much for him.
No, I thought it was perfect. I did, but you know what?
I didn't get apple from it. I just got like a touch of sour, and you only get it for like 5 or 10 minutes when you're vaping it, and then you just kind of get used to it, and then you build in the flavor more. You know how sour is. Sour doesn't stick around, unfortunately. There's just no way around that with no way that I've found so far for sour to stay when you're vaping.
I don't know why they don't take the sour that's in that and just release it as a sour, because that sour seems to stay.
Well, I think it's just part of the flavor is the issue. Like, I think it's just part of the apple. So it's like Theo was saying, where you need the flavor that does the effect.
Right.
Like it doesn't work.
It would be on floor, just put the same thing in another bottle and say it's sour.
Right. Yeah, just rename the sour apple to just sour.
Have you tried the first version after a few days? For me, the Flavora mango, is more mellow, and the apple in the sour apple is disappears totally. I only get the sour from the sour apple.
Me too.
And the mango is much better after a few days. I have to try the sweet mango also.
Yeah. Well, we knew that when we were making it. The sweet mango was the one to do, but we all didn't have it, and that brings up something like we're gonna not do that anymore, right?
It fits perfectly into that recipe.
Yeah, just because we all don't have it or whatever, we're gonna try to figure out what the absolute best thing to make is instead of making what we have, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of
Right.
what we had decided on this recipe is the fact that we all didn't have the capped sweet mango, that we would not release the recipe until we tried
Right.
it with this and do maybe another episode on it, or at least devote a little bit of time to an episode to
Right.
update the recipe.
That just brings up why we didn't finish the episode. So
Yeah,
because yeah, it's very close. I mean, I think it's.
But like I said, I feel like that first version is perfectly. I don't want to say acceptable because that sounds like it's settling, but I feel like that first version is perfectly fine how it is. But if you wanted to tweak it and make it a little bit more candy like, the cap sweet does a good job in there.
Yeah, and I feel like the Cap Sweet Mango will do a great job of brightening it even more because Flavor Mango is sort of that mellow side of like a fleshy mango, where Cap Sweet Mango is more of a bright artificial mango. So I feel like that works in the candy profile really well.
Yep.
Yeah, Pippa, the sour apple with any type of fruit it usually works out. Quarter to have 0.75.
Have you ever seen licorice? Have you ever seen that recipe? That world famous recipe? The way I use that in that. Yeah.
Are you trying to hype your own recipe there?
I'm completely hyping.
Is that what's going on? You trying to plug?
Pretty much
plug
all
your
he
own?
does.
I got to. What do you mean? That's all I do. And that's the first time I've ever done it. This guy, Max.
Cornstarch.
Yeah, Daytime Frank is saying it's like 90% there. I agree. We just need to add that Cap Sweet Mango and bring the Flavor Mango down a bit. How does everyone feel about the gummy texture, though?
I thought it was
In what?
pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. The reason why I didn't think that it was as gummy as it should be is because of the Flavora mango. I kind of always wanted to use the sweet mango because it really fits the style of a recipe. But we talked about adding what was the other thing we talked about adding?
Wonder flavor strawberry gummy candy.
Yeah. And then we talked about a pineapple too, didn't we?
yeah, we did. Or I think Graham brought that up in our
Golden
Discord.
pineapple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Golden pineapple with Flavor mango is off the chain. We probably still need to add that, to be honest with you.
I've really been liking the TPA has a pineapple juicy.
Pineapple juicy. That's the other one. That one's amazing. It really is.
Yeah,
You
I
get a
really
marshmallow?
because like golden pineapple used to be my go-to for that, and pineapple juicy from TPA is starting to replace it.
It's like a golden pineapple version of TPA's pineapple. It's got, but also with kind of like a marshmallow type thing. It like blends really well with like creams and shit like that.
Yeah, like if you wanted to make white gummy bear, I think you should use the TPA juicy instead of the golden nowadays. My opinion.
Yeah,
In the
golden's
chat,
good.
in the chat, Sheikh Juarez in the chat is saying that he thinks that Cap Sweet Strawberry should be higher to account for fade. I don't think that sweet strawberry is going to fade, especially when shisha strawberry.
Yeah, that's actually why I had the idea to include that shisha strawberry. It's because it really does stick around and it'll like keep the other strawberry flavors around longer.
Yeah.
I don't think Cap Sweet Strawberry fades the same way as like Strawberry Ripe or Red Touch or any of the other ones, because it's not a real strawberry flavor. It's a artificial candy strawberry flavor. I don't think it suffers from the same kind of fade off for whatever the volatiles that they use in that. It fades a little bit, but it doesn't fade nearly like more realistic strawberry flavors do. But yeah, you could bump it up 1% or so. Try it, make it, and if it's not pronounced enough for you, let it sit for 3 or 4 days, and then if you don't have enough strawberry, then go ahead and raise that up 1%.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fine. Yeah, I mean, I made it on Thursday, and then I vaped it Thursday, Friday. I didn't touch it over the weekend because we were traveling, and I was just using like a Juul. And then I vaped it some more this week, and it was still like I still had plenty of separation, and I still had plenty of strawberry flavor for me.
Yeah,
I was running it in I was dripping it on like a 0.2 ohm coil running it at like 45 watts, 50 watts, somewhere in there. And I was perfectly happy with it.
I'm vaping mine, and I've had it steeping since we made it when we recorded, and it's still perfectly fine. The strawberry's there, full effect.
Yeah, Steven Stewart suggested that you could use JF Sweet Strawberry, and I agree that JF Sweet Strawberry is a really good, nice sweet strawberry, but to me, for this particular recipe, it needed to be more of a candy, and JF Sweet Strawberry to me is not really a candy; it's more of a jam kind of a strawberry. So I don't know how that would fit in here. That's why we chose the Cap Sweet Strawberry, because it is just a straight strawberry candy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, because we were like trying to embrace the idea of a candy, and candies are just artificial flavorings, where Cap is a bit more artificial than JF. And I know Mr. Burgundy doesn't really like JF sweet strawberry, and he likes Cap sweet strawberry, so we were looking out for him.
Yeah, there we go.
Is Mr. Burgundy? I thought he was a strawberry mute too.
Yeah, he is a strawberry mute, but it's weird. I know he says Cap sweet strawberry and TPH regular strawberry are his favorites, and he can taste those. And then most other ones are very plasticky for him, like JF sweet strawberry.
That
Did
is
he give
so
you money
weird.
for promotion? For his self promotion? He's promoting himself, Mr. Burgundy. I don't like that action. What should he give you for that?
That's so
person.
weird though, because I can
Yeah.
taste TFA regular strawberry. I don't like it. I can taste
Like
jungle
it.
flavors, and I can taste shisha. I don't really. I don't think, even though I can taste them, I don't feel like I'm getting the full effect of them. I still think there's parts of it that I'm completely missing, which is why I don't really talk about strawberries that much, because it's not fair for me to talk about strawberries being that I can only taste a few. But I would say, kind of what Folk Art was saying, I get the same thing from jungle flavors and shisha, where it's kind of that jammy texture, and that it does help keep it around. So I understand why we used it here. I just don't. It doesn't compute to me because I'm strawberry stupid.
What about Harvest? You like Harvest?
I don't have harvest.
Harvest
Is that
is
one that I could taste?
good. I probably that might be my favorite strawberry, to be honest with you.
You're talking about jungle flavors harvest?
Yeah. Like I'm using it more and more. And Jack, we could have probably used Jack, but then that's a lot in there, I guess.
Jungle flavors is a bit more of like a lighter, more of a pink strawberry flavor.
Yeah.
But,
you don't think it would have worked? You don't think Harvest would work there?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it would. I think honestly, any strawberry you want to use probably would work here.
What's
I
that
agree.
taffy like one?
Look, taffy.
I've heard
Little
people
bit.
say it had like a taffy like strawberry flavor. Am I making that up?
What, the Wonder
No,
I mean,
Flavors?
There's
there's also actual strawberry, like Capella makes a strawberry taffy, and somebody else
Yeah.
makes an actual strawberry taffy.
It could be
Real
that.
flavor.
I thought it was the regular like strawberry flavor that had like a taffy type strawberry flavor. I could be making that up. I can't taste strawberries.
Why do you think about them so much? You
Why do
can't
I
taste
think?
them.
I know. Because it
I don't
kills
like
me.
the
I'm like,
fruit
what do
part, like,
people? I want to know what
Now,
people.
can you actually taste strawberries in real life? Like when you eat strawberries, are they fine?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can.
rectally.
I can
Okay.
smell them. Yeah, especially rectally. I can taste them. I can taste like strawberry ice cream. I can taste regular strawberries. I can smell the difference in all of the strawberry concentrates. Something doesn't happen when it goes in.
Right. It's interesting. I mean, it's just
know.
another example of how everybody's not just taste is subjective, but also the way that people process different flavoring. You know, the way that we process flavoring concentrates differently.
I'm
You
mute
know what
to
I
other
mean?
flavors too.
What? What'd you say?
I'm mute to other flavors too. Like
Oh.
I'm kind of mute to a lot of coconuts.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
It's how
And I-
great Capella's coconut is.
Yeah, it was all right until it started to taste like suntan lotion.
I mean, it doesn't. Here's the thing: you can't blame a coconut for tasting like suntan lotion when they used it for suntan lotion. It's not the fucking coconut's fault. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like grape and cherry being blamed for being medicinal, but they're not medicinal. Medicine just happened to use them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, chicken and the egg. Who's done first?
Hmm.
You tell me.
It's an interesting point.
So, Pippa
I
had a,
always I hate when Graham has a good point about stuff. It irritates me so much when I have to agree with him. But he is right. You know what I mean? Cherry was the flavor that cough syrup went with first. You know what I mean? So that's why we always end up associating it with that.
I think
Yeah.
they use capped harvest blend or whatever it's called.
Yeah, well,
Oh, the Capella Harvest Berry, or yeah,
Yeah,
Oy.
fuck that flavor.
that one. I was so excited when I got that too because it smelled pretty good, and then
Right.
I did like 5% in VG, and like I was like, yep, never getting used. Put it on the shelf. Like I said, Capella has Capella has very few like bad flavors, and that's one of their few like bad flavors that I've never found a use for.
What's another one? I can't even think of another one. I can't even think of another one. Capella.
Their
Oh, I know. I got one. Go ahead.
French toast,
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
and I don't like their pancake syrup, their maple syrup pancake syrup. I don't know if they even still make that one.
Don't they make a atrocious like chai tea or something?
That
You know what? I've actually been able to use that chai tea in small percentages to back up other stuff. Really give it like a nice like kind of spice note to it. If you try to use it as one of the main flavors, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you use it like at 1% behind some other, it's like a spice note behind some other stuff, it works
Yeah.
pretty well.
You gotta make
Capella
a,
cappuccino.
Their gingerbread is like that too. Like their gingerbread by itself is terrible, but their gingerbread at like 1% with other stuff, it can be really good.
Gingerbread
yeah,
is
good like
amazing.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like gingerbread by itself.
Fucking love gingerbread.
The
Yeah,
Capella
I do.
gingerbread,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
can't.
know.
That's one of mine that I'm like. Mm-mm.
Emily
But then
says
again,
that
I don't really like gingerbread in real life either.
Yeah,
So
What do you
Emily
what I
says their
mean.
peanut butter is terrible.
Ooh.
You know what?
Cat peanut butter.
It's not good.
I've never really used it, so I couldn't. That's one of those ones that I always just used. I've always just used TPA peanut butter, and been because that was the first one that I grabbed, and I was able to work with it, and I was very happy with it.
You know
It's 1-to-1 TPA peanut butter and a vanilla custard, whatever your favorite vanilla custard.
DX. You know the DX. TFA DX is the one.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So
I've been working with it lately, and it sticks around so much better than regular TPA peanut butter.
And it doesn't get the weird like because the problem with peanut butter flavors, like when I first started vaping, going back 8 years now, peanut butter flavors back then were just like burnt. It was just like burnt, dry. It was not a good like there weren't really very many good peanut butter e-liquids back when I first started.
Well, there's
and
still there still isn't any really good peanut butter flavors, but DX peanut butter is probably the closest thing, but it still needs that creamy part added to it, like like you were adding the vanilla custard. It still needs something like that that'll give it that creamy kind of sweetness to it.
Yeah,
I've done 1-to-1. I've always just done 1-to-1 with a cream to the peanut butter, and I've always been very happy with the results for that.
Now that you're here, let me ask you something that I was wondering, like back in the day.
No, hold on. Let Alfred go
sorry.
first.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say one of my favorite combos is TPA DX peanut butter with Wonder Flavors caramel butter. The cream.
Oh, buddy,
it's so good.
I never even thought of that.
That sounds really good.
I'm glad that made you go. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm doing
The Flavora peanut butter is also good. The Flavora one.
It's a little skinny, but it is good though.
Yeah.
Probably the second best on it for me.
Something with that with almond cookie.
What was your thought process when you released the recipe of the peanut butter one?
Mm-hmm.
That like set off the saline thing. But no one's asked you about that. Like, what was going on there? What was your thought process? Because everyone went crazy and had. There was a lot of videos and a lot of shit being talked about what that was. But what was it? What was really going on?
It was because like peanut butter is a little bit, it's a little bit salty, and that was the best thing that I could figure out to try to add both a little bit of like wetness and a little bit of saltiness to it. And it's also just an accent. I mean, when you cook, you add salt to everything to accent flavors if you don't want it to actually taste salty. So I figured, why don't we try a little bit of saline in here? And that's something that I stole from the old like ECF forums. People were using distilled water and a little bit of saline solution to thin out stuff. And I was like, well, why don't we try a little bit extra saline solution and see if we can get that to play off of the peanut butter properly? So
yeah, that was my next question, was if that had been done before. Because I think the first
Yeah,
time
it was used to also accelerate the steeping process. Like a few years ago, a lot of people were using saline solution.
I used to use it when I first started like making commercial liquid, and we were like trying to figure out recipe, because we needed to test stuff and taste things and all that, and we'd want to accelerate. I'd use a crock pot, fill up a crock pot with water, put all the bottles in plastic bags, and put them in the crock pot and put them on low and let them sit for like 6 hours, and that would like speed steep stuff pretty well.
Did it work?
Yeah, I mean, it gave you. It was like a couple days. It would be like a day or two's worth of. I felt like it matured the flavors like a day or two.
It was an interesting time back then, like 2000.
I mean, we were throwing everything against the wall. It was fun because we didn't. I think about. I mean, you guys have all been vaping for a while too, and I think about like people coming in now who didn't. I mean, that was part of the thing when you would see like people blowing batteries up in mechs or throwing batteries in their pockets because they didn't have to go through the learning process that we did.
Right,
because when I first started, it was either when I first started there were egos 510s. There were a couple like the spinner like variable voltage like ego pens, and then there was like the smoke Z-Max. Was like and the Provari were like the only and they were variable voltage. It wasn't variable wattage. Like that was a big deal when the DNA 20 came out and you had variable wattage for the first time. So
what was that box?
I mean the very first first evolved was the Hana was the Hana mods was but the very first evolved thing was the Darwin, which was that weirdo stick with like the twisty part on it, and I think it was either 8 or 12 watts, and that was like a pretty big deal. And then they did the DNA 20, and then they also did the Kick, which was like it was a little disc you could put in when mechs came out. It was a little disc you could put in your mechs as like a little safety fuse type of thing, but you could also set it so it was a continuous output until the battery voltage got too low, which was like a neat thing. But see, we had to learn. We had to go from using these like pretty shitty regulated devices, and that's why we got into mechs, because you couldn't get the performance out of the regulated devices that were on the market. That's why mechs first came out, and like it was a big deal when people first started building sub-ohm on mechs back then because nobody had done it. You know what I mean? So there were tons of forum posts and YouTube videos, and everybody was like learning from each other, and you had to figure everything. I remember when we first started using, when the first people were like, hey, you can go get cotton balls. You can use cotton instead of using silica for your wicks. And people were like, what? That's crazy.
Oh my God. But
I still have silica. I got eco wool and I got silica upstairs still. I still build mesh. I still build mesh jennies.
I bought. I was in a smoke shop one time, and it was probably 2013 maybe. And I bought it was like a one of those like Arab smoke shops, right? And the guy was fed up with the e-cigarettes. He was done. He was sure that it was it. It was a dead industry, and he was done with it. And he sold me everything he had for like $50. And I have boxes and boxes and boxes of Cardos and those little punch things. And
dude, I loved Cardos back in the day. That's what the billet box was built for, was for Cardos.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I got to get that box out. There's probably like some.
Yeah, if you got some Cardos, I'll buy some Cardos from you.
Yeah, I got the the little with the aluminum foil where you'd punch them.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about that. I was like, Cardos would be fantastic for salt. Like throw it in a billet box. There's some 40 milligram salt in there with a Cardo. Like that would be perfect.
For sure. It's funny though when you think about it. Like that seems like eons ago, right? But if you think of something else that happened during that time, it doesn't seem like that long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like 2014, 15 doesn't seem like that long ago. But if you think about it in terms of vaping, it's like forever. Because like
that was let's see, that was like all mechs, and like the Hana had just first come out.
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. The kid needs something.
The Goblin Mini was the first buildable I think I got.
Hey, Fokar.
Yeah.
Have you tried the new Wonder flavors?
Oh, yeah. I actually got some. Hold on just a second here. I actually got some new Wonder flavors in.
Yeah.
Have you tried any?
Yeah, I've tried. Well, not many of them. I've smelled all of them, and some of them kind of stand out to me. Some of them don't. But I want to talk about this one specifically. This one right here. Let me see if I can get it to show.
That's the one we were talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's a game changer right there.
The white chocolate cream thing.
Yeah.
White chocolate milky cream or whatever. Game changer. 100%.
Yeah, let me show it on the screen here one more time. Yeah, white chocolate. Man. Just stay tuned. There's going to be a recipe with this come out real soon. I'm going to put one out.
You already got one, huh?
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
So I've been working on this peanut butter thing for a long time, and I've been using certain things to enhance the peanut butter, and also there's some chocolate in there too. And I had it worked out pretty good, but when I got this stuff in, it was like, damn, this is exactly what I need to go in it.
Don't you love when that happens?
I do, man.
And Wonder Flavors is they're always the company that does it.
Yeah.
You're working on something, and then boom, it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
When I smelled that, I looked at Folk Art. I looked at it because I was last night when I smelled it. Like when I first smelled it, I looked at it. I said, "This guy, he's." And I remember when I said that last night to you, and I was like, "This is exactly what exactly."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yep." And then I talked to him. He's got 42 recipes for it already.
So I'm just gonna throw this picture up real quick. This is shameless self promotion here. So just look out for this.
We have to do that.
Yeah. So guys, just keep your eyes out for that because it's friggin' awesome.
What is it? I can't see it. What was the picture?
Chocolate peanut butter bars.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So,
And if anybody can nail it, we know he can.
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. I mean, there's a lot of textural things that you really can't get with one of those Nutty Buddy candies, but it's pretty damn close, huh?
How's it compared to My Milk? My Milk's the most perfect recipe ever created. You're aware of that, right? Like that's the best recipe.
I'm
recipe.
not.
You sound like Elmer Fudd. Is that recipe?
I'm not aware of that. I mean,
I'm telling you right now, it is.
I do know that's my all day vape for the last several months. So yeah. I can say that, but because it is good. But they come out with a new Wonder Flavors come out with if they come out with a new chocolate, maybe it'll make it even better. I can do a chocolate milk even better. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
So I know you said you didn't test many of them, but you smelled them all. Are there any that seem really promising, like the white chocolate?
Yeah. So the white chocolate, there was a almond custard in here, I believe, that smelled really promising. Yeah, the almond custard here, and it's
How is the almond there? Is it similar to like FA almond, sort of like a very mild almond, or is it pretty aggressive, maybe like toasted almond?
It's got that marzipan kind of note in there, so it almost tastes like a cherry. I mean, it almost smells like a cherry note in it because it's so almond forward. You can simulate a cherry with
Cherry Garcia.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Cherry Garcia, the Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
That's basically what it smells like.
Yeah, it smells really good. They've got a puff cereal cocoa, and they also got a puff cereal something else.
Hey fellas, I gotta run real quick. I'm gonna try to get back in. How long? What time are you guys on until?
We got 30 minutes left. We get done at around 7.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to move some more stuff upstairs and finish helping the wife. If I can get back in before, if not, I really appreciate. And that was a lot of fun working on that recipe. So
thank you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Anytime. I'm always happy to do this kind of stuff. Excellent. But like I said, if I can, I'll try to get back in here with you guys because I always enjoy talking shop with people. So
awesome.
All right, catch y'all later.
Later.
Thanks, brother.
Later.
Yep.
Brother. Yeah. You know what? Folk Art, this almond custard it's like an Italian bakery.
Yeah, I mean it really does have an awesome note to it. Another one that I was pretty impressed with was the lemon squares.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got a bakery note in it too. The lemon.
Is it like a dark lemon from the smell?
it's not. It's like it seems to me like the opposite of FE lemon. Like,
Is it kind of like lemon
bad one.
tart?
It
Like Big Train?
it smells like the lemon might actually have. I know this sounds weird, but it smells like the lemon might have some texture to it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like a gelatinous texture, kind of.
Yeah, maybe. Like I
Is
say,
it like
Right
like
when you get on it,
zesty?
right?
I'm sorry.
No,
what?
it's like a,
It's not like a zest, is it?
I'm not. There might be a little bit of zest, but I'm getting mostly just like full on lemon, just lemon.
you know what it's like almost is you know that glaze lemon kind of.
Oh,
You know,
like
like a lemon.
like a creme anglaise with lemon.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what a crumb.
Mary Beth is saying that it's a darker lemon, similar to like a lemon tart. Max, see that you're on the right track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
That's what I was
First
hoping
smell it,
for.
it's like a glaze, like a you know the lemon that's like in gel form.
Oh, like okay, all right, I get what you're saying. More,
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
but that's more like a lemon. What the fuck is it called? The lemon filling and like a lemon
Yeah,
tart,
like a lemon pie.
Lemon
you know,
curd.
lemon curd. That's why. Why could I
Yeah, but
not
it's
think
not
of
curd
that?
though. It's not curdy. Like I mean, I guess it is. But what I'm talking about isn't that. It's like that clear glaze. It's
Yeah,
like those lemon.
That's
lemon
that's
pies.
what lemon curd is.
well,
I thought lemon curd was a little milkier.
It's got a little bit of eggs in it. It's more like a lemon jam. Like
Mhm.
lemon curd is a lot like a lemon jam.
yeah, that might be a pretty accurate description of what I'm smelling as a lemon curd.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
you smelled the baked strawberry or berry cobbler?
Yes.
Dustin Zinger is excited for those ones.
Yes,
Dustin Singer, shout out Dustin Singer.
the baked strawberry really smells like a cooked strawberry.
They nailed it. I
Yeah.
think they make the flavors and then they name them. They've got to. They got to
Yeah.
do it the right way.
I
I don't know what the point is.
I am getting a slight mustiness coming from it,
Let me
but
see.
that could be. When you smell them straight out of the bottle like this, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to vape like that.
Right.
But
Oh, yeah.
Wide bottle too.
But what about that berry cobbler? Because I know Wonder Flavors usually does a good job with like sort of one-shotty finished desserts.
I think
Yeah,
Flavor
let me-
West is
let me-
better.
as I recall, it didn't really like stand out as
Flavor West does the berry cobbler better.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell like it's like a super flavor to use.
And-
it seems pretty light.
The apple cinnamon one was kind of disappointing too. I felt.
But I'm always curious about with flavors that like do a berry anything is what's like the dominant berry? Would you say it's like raspberry forward or more like blueberry or strawberry?
I would say like a strawberry blueberry.
Perfect. That's where I like it to be. I'm not a huge fan of strawberry or raspberry dominant berry blends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This
What about the boysenberry? The boysenberry raspberry. What do you think of that?
that actually might be a pretty good raspberry.
Yeah.
Because mostly what I got was raspberry.
Yeah, me too.
But I remember now. But
Yeah, there's something, right?
it's got that same fucking thing that passion fruit does.
That funk, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm gonna love it
What
then.
is that?
It's got
Why
a
did they do
funk
that?
to it.
What
It
flavor is it?
Doesn't come across when you vape it, but it's still like.
Yeah. It's
I don't know.
it's boysenberry raspberry.
That's gonna be the first one on my list.
Interesting.
But it really
Not
does smell like raspberries, like fresh raspberries, but it's like super duper in your face raspberry.
Yeah, it sure is. I put it with the bubble gum last night, and it did not work like at all.
Yeah.
They muted each other for some reason.
And
What about the cream filling?
cream
Or
filling?
go ahead with what you have. Go ahead with what you have.
The cream filling, as I recall, it wasn't that
Cream
impressive.
filling. Yeah, it wasn't vanilla.
Yeah,
correct.
it smells like a weak vanilla whipped custard, something like that.
They have like
the-
45 vanillas.
Yeah. I was kind of interested in this. I know that Not Chef was talking about. Oh, come on, Steven. Focus.
Which one is it?
Not Chef was, and I think it was Max was talking about coffee cakes the other night in some of our private discussions. And the coffee cake that we talk about in the U.S., I think, is a lot different than coffee cake in Argentina. So,
Yeah.
so this,
I think in the war is different because coffee cake is supposed to have coffee.
Well, this one does. This one is a coffee cake. It's got coffee in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more like Capella Boston cake. That was the flavor I was talking about.
Yeah, it smells really, really fucking good. It smells buttery. It's not overpowering coffee.
To me, the best coffee cake flavor out there is One-on-One's bread pudding. It's hands down.
Because in the U.S., coffee cake is usually an identifier for a cake you would have with coffee. So
It's a crumb cake.
Denser, drier crumb cakes that you'd have with like coffee or any other liquid tea.
Yeah.
It's got that Dutch crumble topping on top, and there's mainly just kind of like that mealy texture that Alfred tries to get with. Well, not tries, he fucking nails it, but he gets it with that cornbread. It's kind of like it really, even like the cake part is crumbly, even though it has that crumble on top.
I don't feel you have to say topping on top. Like topping kind of sells it.
Graham, Mary Beth wants you to use the bubble gum with Wonder Flavor sour watermelon and make something.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a good bubble gum. Okay, that's for sure. That makes sense.
But if someone can make a coffee cake, a cake with coffee, is Wonder Flavors. If the coffee is something like Brazilian or crispy coffee, it's gonna
they
be.
nail coffees, man. They really nail coffees.
Yeah.
They're pretty good with the chocolates too.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody, like Vape Train and Wonder Flavors, came along around the same time, and they both were trying to nail chocolate and coffee.
I'm probably the only person super interested in it. Have you smelled the marshmallows?
Yes, I have.
They're pretty good.
Let me bring this one up here. Where do I have it?
Because I know they have two new marshmallows, right?
One is
gooey and candy.
One is gooey and candy. Yeah. To me, they smell light. It's not like really in your face marshmallow. Yeah.
Is it similar to like a One-on-One's marshmallow?
It's to me, it's similar. It's more similar to FA marshmallow.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. So it's like fairly light then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they seem like, they're definitely two different marshmallows.
Right. Well, I imagine that for the marshmallow creamy, that they're trying to do like similar to what you'd use FA marshmallow or One-on-One marshmallow vanilla to sort of make a base for something and not really stand on top.
I think the gooey's more like a fluff. You know what I mean? Like a fluff.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're talking about with marshmallow candy though. Like the picture they used and the way it smells. I don't know if I know what a marshmallow candy is, to be honest with you.
I think of like the Lucky Charm marshmallows, but that's just me.
Yeah, either that or like I know they have those like peanut shaped marshmallow things, right?
Oh, circus candy.
No.
Circus candy.
Fuck
It's
that.
absolutely Lucky Charms, and they got the Lucky Charms cereal in here too. So yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Did anybody else's grandmother have like a whole fucking jar of the circus?
Your grandmother had
peanuts?
circus peanuts?
Oh yeah.
Oy.
I don't
Ugh.
even know.
Oh, my grandmother had
It's like
a slot machine with those fucking strawberries with the aluminum on the outside.
it's like that's like up there with like the worst candy for me.
yeah,
like-
she had the
Candy corn is pretty bad too.
Oh, okay. I was actually wondering.
I
Sorry,
begged for candy corn.
the jackfruit is a new one, right?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Because I have. I was wondering if that was new because Emily said it'd probably be good in the strawberry mango candy. I have Flavora jackfruit and TPA jackfruit, and I'm interested how that compares to them. Hopefully, it's not accurate because jackfruit itself is kind of weird.
Candy corn.
Yeah, this has like a kind of a pineapple note with some apple in it.
It's a really good jackfruit, huh? Like it smells like a really good jackfruit, probably better than the other two that I think of.
The apple and pineapple seems fairly accurate for a real jackfruit, but the thing that I'm hoping it's missing is that sort of umami, meaty flavor.
It's
Yeah,
it-
I don't like TFAs or Flavoras really too much. But
I like TFAs.
it's not bad. I like TFAs better than Flavoras, but this one seems a lot better.
Graham, have you tried the bubble gum from the new one from Wonder Flavors?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
the one
I
that you?
put it with the raspberry black boysenberry? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they kind of muted each other. It was kind of I just did them both at 2% just to see.
Mm.
was kind of like,
It smells really accurate.
yeah. I think maybe that with some Inawera bubblegum might make or Loran's.
Mm-hmm.
Those two together might fill each other out. It's definitely a pink bubblegum, but there were 2% might not have been enough. That's what I was getting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed pretty muted.
This one here, don't make me pronounce that shit.
What is that?
Millefoy.
That's a disease.
Millefoy.
Millefoy. I have no clue what it is, but it's some type of Italian pastry. So I've been told.
You never heard it.
So imagine like you've had like Boston cream donuts, right?
Yeah.
It's that profile, but a French pastry version of it. So it's like layers of puff pastry with that similar sort of cream filling.
Yeah. But there is like a white. Every picture that I've looked at has white chocolate ganache that has like that striping of chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know if all that's gonna come through, but it might just be a puff pastry and cream. So people who are out there looking for that, I would still pick it up. You know, you might fill out a donut better than you think. We made a donut that didn't use. Well, no, we used a lot of glazed donut, didn't we?
Yeah, fairly high.
If you want to make a Bavarian cream donut, I can see that working with croissant. So.
Oh yeah, vape train croissant probably. Yeah.
A little funnel cake, even.
Creme brulee donut is what we made.
Yeah, is that what I said?
Oh, and then wait, isn't there a creme brulee cookie?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. And it smells really good too.
Buttery.
It smells buttery. It smells
we would have used
eggy.
That, right?
Burnt sugar.
It's kind of like really heavy on the butter, where it almost tricks your nose into thinking that it's like burnt sugar, if you know what I mean. Like like if you took brown sugar and butter and sautéed it or kind of browned it, that's what it smells like to me.
That sounds awesome then.
Yeah.
I wonder how the cookie texture is there, because I know like the angel cake and their cakes do cake texture really well. I wonder if that does cookie texture really well.
I don't know, but there's a hint of like some type of it doesn't smell like a sugar cookie or anything. It smells more like an angel cake kind of note in there. But you know, just smelling it is not the true test. You know, you got to vape it.
What the fuck is Steven Stewart talking about? Braid the hair in the armpits? What is the chat talking about?
Not what we're talking about. I don't think so.
Yeah, you guys are completely on a whole nother level out there.
So you think we would have used the brown sugar cookie, the creme brulee cookie? Is it creme brulee cookie? Yeah, and then the Wonder Flavors donut. Think we would use those for the creme brulee? Like if we had the donut to do it over, and we have these now.
It sounds about right.
Wait, they have brown sugar cookie?
They
brown
do.
Sugar cookie, yeah.
They do.
But the way you were that's Emily was saying, the way you're describing the creme brulee cookie, I wonder how different it is. If it's like brown sugar dominant, buttery.
It's actually a lot different. It's actually a lot different.
Yeah, the brown sugar cookie has more of an AP note to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whereas
it's like they went bakery stuff this time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas they went candy last time.
I'm not mad at that though. I love baking.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I like it when they do that, when they release like a certain like. Didn't they go like they went like fruits like were like right like obscure fruits the one before that kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't know. What I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
with the cherimoya and stuff.
Flavors available to buy?
Yeah.
Can you buy the new flavors already?
Yeah. Durable
Yeah.
City.
I think so.
DIY vapor supply?
I'm not sure about that.
At DIYVaporSupply.com.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? I don't think they're there. Not at DIY Vapor Supply.
Yeah, they do. They all sound incredible as long as none of them have like butyric or anything weird. Like I know the caramel milk candy and blonde from the last release.
I didn't smell any that was over, you know,
Yeah, I didn't
pukey
either. Not
or
like those two.
vomit.
Yeah.
Although that the raspberry, what was it, the raspberry
Raspberry boysenberry.
boysenberry raspberry or whatever it is, it does have that armpit.
Are we talking about Is it armpit?
That's what passion fruit. That's what their passion fruit kind of smells like to me. But it doesn't vape like that, guys. So that
No.
don't.
A lot of them have that though.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It vapes really good.
Yeah. Is it this? Are we getting the same thing that we're getting like in that horned melon and the cucumber? Is that the horned cucumber? Is that what it's called?
African horned cucumber.
Yeah, African horned cucumber.
And ripe Galia melon, is that it?
Oh yeah. I'm not even gonna get into that one.
I don't think that's the same thing that's in like their passion fruit or in pink guava though, because that's more of like a citrusy funk.
It's the one that's in Saskatoon berry though, and not bumbleberry. Bumbleberry doesn't have it. There's another one that has it. They don't vape like that, and they're really good berries, but there's a smell that comes off of it. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Emily's asking you if the puff cereal cocoa is accurate. Graham.
I don't know. Let's see. I haven't tried that one yet.
To me it has a little bit too much of an AP note to it, but
I thought, yeah, I remember smelling them. Both of them kind of did, right?
yeah.
Cereal cocoa.
But
Yeah, I don't really like chocolate. You know what?
Do you get the cocoa though still?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate It's pretty accurate to what it is. I must not like that.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely more winners than losers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Didn't they did a frosted flakes too, right?
No, they did a puff. They did a Cocoa Puffs and and then there's one that's supposed to be like a Lucky Charm. Like the grainy part of Lucky Charms, the part that no one eats.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one.
When you're a kid.
Oh, okay. Puff cereal frosted.
Yeah.
And then the marshmallow candy, that's a whole Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to use them, and like I say, I've already used one in a recipe. I'm tickled to death with it, how it's turned out.
Tickled to death, huh?
It's tickled.
That's high praise.
He's like Elmo. You see him? He's a little giant Elmo.
Southern fucking Elmo over here.
Swinging
I
that
love
dog. Imagine Elmo with a big.
So
Yeah, let's not do that, Graham.
So what are we doing?
Stop you at 9 o'clock.
So what are we doing next week, guys? What are we talking about? You want to, or does anybody want to talk about what's coming up?
Alfred, do it.
We're bringing back banana, and we're tackling something that Max has been wanting to do since the first day. So, do you want me to actually break it down?
Yeah, hit us with it.
So the idea is to make a banana bread French toast, because Max had this experience back when he worked in the culinary industry where they would take their banana nut bread and turn it into French toast. And so that was the goal, was to try to recreate that in a vape. And I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Oh, you told me.
Yeah. It's extremely fat kid friendly too. So everybody who's looking for that, yeah, you're gonna be pretty excited. I actually really like it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And we used a flavor that I never thought Max would ever want to use, and he was happy with it. So
yeah.
What one was that?
He demonstrated something with a banana it's unspeakable.
Cap's vanilla custard.
You have to see it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say maple.
No,
Max hates Cap vanilla custard.
I don't hate it. I don't use it for a custard though. It's not my favorite custard. It's my least favorite custard by a long shot. My favorite one used to be TFA, but I finally got on that FA premium train.
Do you like premium better than TFA?
I do. I think that it works a lot more better places, and I think that the steep time is a lot shorter on it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. I think I get burnt out on flavors really quickly, and I get burnt out on TFA vanilla custard. But I do use Cap vanilla custard a lot, but I usually use it as an accent.
Well, but in this case, I think we tried the premium custard and then changed it for Cap vanilla custard.
Speaking of accent.
Because you wanted your banana more grazy.
I needed that. I needed to lube up the banana and just grease it up, and
Certainly did.
yeah,
Put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't be gross.
That's his other band story for when he was.
That was on the Chatterbait thing. What?
That's just appalling. How dare
Yeah,
you?
but hey, you're the one that's been saying we got to get stuff out on Chatterbait, and
I'm
just
telling
trying.
you. Hey, listen, bro. I see there's 3 different couples doing radio shows on Chatterbait. I'm not kidding about that. They have no regulations whatsoever. You can do whatever you want, and they don't pull it, and you can get tipped.
Yeah, so check us out on Chatterbait next week.
We don't have to do. We don't have to fuck. I mean, we don't have to. I mean, I know you want to.
We don't have to, but it's out there. It's implied.
And if we want.
Speaking of that, not Chef, you're getting lots of compliments right now for your salt and peppery suave look.
Yeah, he's like that guy. The salt bay.
I decided to accept my age, no use a hat. So yeah, thank you.
I think it looks great.
See, you're not wearing.
Yeah, I have a problem. My hair is very gray and my beard is not.
Let's
Yeah.
get in there.
Well, it looks amazing though.
Yeah, it does.
And then Alfred had to go and shave over their baby
Oh.
face.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you do it?
It
What
was
the fuck is shaving?
just getting too long. It was time.
Getting too long. Are you fucking
I've done
kidding me?
it.
I'm not about that life. I can't let it grow out.
Like a
Drives
chimney
me crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I have like sensitive skin, and so like the hair, if it touches my neck or anything, it like fucks my day right up. I hate it.
Aw, it's sensitive. It's adorable. I
Well,
like that.
I don't have that problem.
No, because you're from 1840.
Yeah, that's true.
Chimney sweep looking mom.
I really do look like I should be in a fucking
No.
Emily Dickinson novel. What the fuck? I can't talk today.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Steven Stewart's with me, man. The beard hair just irritates the shit out of me. I have to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Well, then
you-
I'll stop touching you with it.
have to
God
wait.
damn, you complain every time.
right.
You have to wait. You have
look
to
at
wait.
psychopath too.
Grow.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah.
Don't let it come in patchy. You gotta kind of go past that phase. I never had that problem.
It took
I
me.
can't pass like the second week.
It took me till I was like almost 40 before I could grow a beard,
It took me like I
Really?
was 14.
and it still got patches in it.
Yeah, but if we're talking about like beard grooming, folk art always looks fucking trimmed and fresh like every single time.
Yeah, I
You
talked
do
to
it every
Folkart at
day?
3 in the morning. I talked to him at 3 in the morning the other day, my time. And he goes, "I got bad head." He looks like a fucking supermodel. I call him. It's like, everything's perfect. He's got the cleanest, hair and
know.
everything. Fucking mess.
He's a fucking handsome man.
Oh, he is. That hog too. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, he's a fucking perfect. He's a 10.
Okay. All right.
Easily.
Moving on. Moving on.
All right. Well, I guess anything else anybody wants to put in there?
You don't want to go on and on about Folkart's fucking member. You
I
wanna
mean,
talk about-
I could.
I could too.
but-
I really could.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that we're starting to lose people. I think they're getting a little uncomfortable.
Oh, but listen, you guys leave before Folkart. There's nothing to leave over. Trust me. It's
I
sight to
know.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's if there's any reason to check out the Chatterbait,
Yeah,
don't
Folkart's
worry.
gonna stand in the corner naked the entire time. It's a fact. New show.
He's
Oh,
got 3
God.
webcams, so he can work something out.
Yeah, I'm topping from the side. It's Folkart.
Multiple views.
I make pizza wants to keep talking about folk art, so you guys.
It's called the cock cam, and you can control it. Folkart's just gonna stand there, and you control the cam.
He's got a mount that just goes to his knee, and then it just looks at the floor. But that's all it's all over the floor. He's dragging
Oh,
it everywhere.
No
Well,
shadow.
I have to like pull that in real tight so you can't see beyond the table.
POV.
Right.
Yeah.
The genre. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
So check us out on fucking Chatterbait next week. All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you everybody for joining us. What did you say, Graham?
Nothing. Just give my Chatterbait link.
All right, check out Graham's Chatterbait, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for everybody.
Bye bye.
Yeah.